Felicity from Get Your Rock Out, here with Justin from New Model Army. How are you doing today?
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. And we are, of course, here at Sonisphere. Have you had a good weekend so far?
We actually weren't here yesterday. We did a warm-up gig for today down in Southend, which was actually very lovely and sunny. And
oh, really?
Yeah, it was amazing. Southend on Sea in the Sound. And that was all right. And then we rolled into here a couple of hours ago. So.
Fantastic. So you've basically done nothing except kind of get here and do press so far?
That's right.
And is there anybody this weekend that you're kind of thinking you really have to see, or have you basically seen everybody here so many times that it's not a consideration?
Not really that. I think that as a band, we're all into different stuff. So there are different people want to see different things. It was interesting seeing the Virgin Marys earlier on because they supported us on tour a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that.
Oh, wow.
We sort of saw them start and seeing and watching them develop. That's quite interesting. To be honest, I'm not actually sure who's on anyway. I know Ron Maiden are on, and I know Slayer are on, at more or less the same time as us, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
And
Dream Theatre tomorrow. Now that's going to be exciting.
Okay.
I'm a massive Dream Theatre fan. But no, I think it's going to be a good weekend. And rumour has it that you guys are going to be playing some new songs this weekend. Are they true?
Haven't decided yet.
So there's a possibility that you'll be playing.
There's too many songs. I mean, we've released something like 220 songs or something, and we're going to play 11. And we have 50 minutes, so 11 out of 220 isn't very many.
How on earth do you choose?
With difficulty.
I can imagine. I mean, while it's a great thing to have such an extensive back catalogue, I guess it must make setlist decisions quite tricky.
Yeah, and we always play what we want, and we don't take into consideration what anybody else wants to hear. On principle, I think it's always a dodgy principle to give people what they think. Well, give people what they think they want.
Yeah.
I think you should give them what they really want.
Yes, and what you know better than them that they actually do want.
That's
absolutely.
In the end, music is a immensely powerful magic. And I think that sometimes people forget that.
Yeah, no, I think that's very, very true. And I think that you can go and you can be disappointed that a band aren't going to play anything that you think you love for half an hour, but then you actually end up discovering so many new songs by them.
I went to see Neil Young last year with Crazy Horse, and in his 2.5 hour set, I think he only played about 3 songs that anyone knew. And it was,
seriously?
Yeah, and it was brilliant. There was loads of stuff I'd never heard before, and I thought I was just knocked out. And I also knocked out by the sheer arrogance of doing that.
Yes, yeah, I mean, you have to be
and there was
pretty
one moment
full of yourself.
There was 15 minutes of feedback in the middle of the set for no apparent reason. Then he emerged from that playing Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan, which isn't even one of his songs. And you're going, whoa, I didn't expect that. Whoa, I didn't expect that. Whoa, I didn't expect that. That's a great gig. If you go out and see someone play their greatest hits again, woof.
No, it's definitely true, and I think especially bands that have been going for quite some time, because if you've seen them doing like a all out their classic hits set, you've seen it, and if you go and see them again, I think it's true, and I think that people that are genuine fans of the band and have been for a long time, when you do start playing more unknown and more back catalogue, you're going to make a lot of people very happy.
To be honest, I quite like the thing about festivals that I most like is wandering around, usually the sort of secondary stages, and seeing a band I've never heard of and know nothing about.
Definitely, it's a fantastic feeling. And also, you guys, you've got Michael back on stage at the moment.
We have got Michael back, thank God.
How's he doing? Is he okay?
With difficulty. He had a routine knee operation in January, and they messed it up, and he's got DVTs all over his leg. He shouldn't really be playing, but he is, because he's very determined.
To be honest, I think it is. That's what, like 6 months ago now, and you get to the stage where you think, to be honest, I'm going that stir crazy. I need to get back and do it.
I think there's a lot of that. The musicians that stop playing are the most unhappy people in the world. We have to play.
Yeah. And was he okay last night? I mean,
we did a little club in Southend, and it was good.
I'm really, really glad. You've been working on some new material at the moment.
Yeah, we just done another album actually. We did the last album came out about 10 months ago, and we just finished a new one, which is it's a hybrid of it's live stuff from the last album, plus another 6 new songs. So.
And have you recorded that? Is that all recorded, or is it all written?
I was in Los Angeles mixing it with Joe Brazy again last week.
Fantastic. So when's that going to be out?
This autumn.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's absolutely incredible. I must admit, I love seeing bands that have been going for the length of time that you have and that still are really passionate about actually creating new stuff.
Yeah,
So it doesn't happen.
That's always what's driven us, is the desire to create something. That's always been the point. You know, success, which is a kind of weird word anyway, is very relative. And it was never what we didn't start because we wanted to be rich and famous. That wasn't the point of getting in a band. The point of getting in a band is because we love music. And 35 years later, it's still the same.
It's so lovely to see. I think there's nothing more depressing than seeing people going through the motions just because it makes them a quick buck. And I think there are too many people that kind of ride on past successes and do that. And it's, yeah, I think it's, once you stop enjoying it, you really should stop playing, because it shows through in performances as well. And I think that you guys have such a loyal fan base, and I think that a lot of that is to do with the fact that it's quite obvious that you're enjoying what you're doing.
I think we're sort of completely committed to it, Yeah.
In the next kind of 6 months or so, I mean, what are the plans? Where can we see you?
We got a few festivals this summer around the place. Going to Brazil in Brazil in September, around mainland Europe in October, and then at Christmas we're doing a series of gigs which are we're doing 2 sets. We're doing one set which will be full on rock and roll, and then another set which will be lots of different experiments with lots of different other musicians. So we have a kind of guest musicians on stage doing a kind of bigger production type thing.
Very nice. So, and who might they be? Can you give us any teaser names yet?
No. We're doing
Damn it! So if I snuck it in there quickly, you might just cave.
Usual suspects of our Christmas shows: Nottingham, London, Cologne, Paris, Amsterdam.
Fantastic, and no indication of who we might actually be saying. All right, well, we'll look forward to that then. But thank you so much for taking the time to chat. It's been a massive pleasure, and I'm sure that we'll see you a bit later on. So, brilliant. Thanks.